I'm Talia and I play Tamika.
I'm Stephen and I play Dewey Finn.
I'm Gus and I play Lawrence.
How is the show going at the moment? Are you guys loving it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's really enjoyable. It's
really
so
fun.
And same question for you, the big kid at the back.
Yeah, so I've been in the show for nearly a year now, and it is still an incredible thing to be a part of. These guys have just joined us as part of the 4th children's team, and so that always keeps it like surprising and like new things to sort of discover and like getting used to working with a new team, and they're fantastic. So yeah, it's still a really cool job.
Gus, did you play any instruments before joining the show?
Yes, well, especially the keyboards and the piano. I've been playing that for quite a few years now, since year 1. But I also played the drums and the saxophone, and I really enjoy music. It's just really fun.
How has the rehearsal process been for you two? Has it been quite intense with trying to fit in your schooling as well?
For me, it's a bit of both, but it's like when you're doing rehearsals, it's like the buzz of knowing that you're going to be in the show really soon, so it's really exciting.
And yeah, it's like the feeling of the first show. It just like drives you on to make you like rehearse more. And like my school has been really supportive of me, and which has really helped.
Does it? So for you, it's obviously a completely different game because you have all your own dialogue and you as a character, but then also working with the children as well. How has that been?
So this is the first show that I've ever done, which has had so many like child performers in it. The first thing is that there are 3 teams and they are all completely different. I mean, everyone, the range of ages, but also just the way that they play the characters is really different. They're encouraged to create their own version of it. So Talia's Tamika is completely different to Aaliyah's Tamika, and that is something that, as a performer, when you go on stage with that team of kids that day, you have to kind of switch it up, maybe do something a little bit different, and that keeps it really fresh for me, which is great, because you never want it to become stale. You always want it to be surprising for the audience as well. So like every time you work with a new team, during the week you can work with all 3, or you can just work with 2 of them, but yeah, it always keeps it sort of alive and buzzing. And for Dewey, when he first enters that school, he's meant to be like, I don't know how to handle these kids at all. So sometimes if you forget which team you're going on with, you walk out into the classroom and you're like, oh, it's this team today. Okay, cool. And you have that moment where you're like, okay, good, yes, I know what I'm doing. And also there's remembering all the names, which is difficult. But it is so great to be working with 36 like really incredible performers who also, some of them have made their debut as well on this. This is their like first West End show, and that is an amazing thing to be a part of that journey with them.
It's such a comedic role for you, and you've obviously got credits like News Review and My Men Two Governors. Do you enjoy the comedy roles?
Yeah, absolutely. There's nothing more exciting and satisfying than having a large audience of people finding something you're doing funny, and it never gets tiring. Audiences always react differently to certain bits. Sometimes audiences prefer more physical stuff, the jokes, the sort of more slapstick element. Some of the audiences prefer the songs, sometimes they prefer the jokes. So you always have to mix it up a bit and concentrate. But I think with comedy like that, there is an art in it, in terms that you have to be able to read the audience like in a certain way to get to elicit that response from them. And this show has so many factors that people enjoy and love and really fall in love with. You have to respect that and go out there and do it. And I think as a comedic part, it is one of the best I've certainly played.
So Gus, am I right? I think, is this your first West End show?
Yeah, this is my first West End show.
So how was it on that opening night to walk out there on the West End stage?
It was really fun. I really enjoyed it. It was just that buzz of excitement, a little bit of nerves, but after a little bit into the show, I just was really enjoying it, having fun. And the whole team, like the people who had carried on from the last cast, they just made it much better and much easier for me to settle in.
So Matala, this is not your first West End show, is it? Tell us a bit more about what else you've done.
I was in The Lion King, and this is like, I've only been into musical productions, but I really enjoy both of them, especially with School of Rock. It's every single time I step out onto the stage, it's a new feeling. It doesn't matter if I've done the show like 12 times, it's still that kind of like, so I really enjoy it. So it's like great being.
Is it quite hard learning like where to wheel the desks on, where to pick up your instrument from, what wing to go off? Was that quite challenging?
For me, yeah, but I feel like the more I did it, the more it got, like, it's more natural now, like it's kind of like, I know what I'm doing, it's really cool.
Yeah, it was challenging at start, but once we got used to the system, and all the people teaching us were really forgiving if we made a mistake, and we just did it over and over again until we got it right, and then you just have that feeling of accomplishment once you get it all correct. It's just.
And with the old cast as well, they're quite helpful with, like, if we don't know what we're doing all the time, they're like, okay, we'll help you out.
I'm sure you probably don't get the same liberties if you're in the wrong place.
Yeah.
Abort.
If I get in the wrong place, I get told off by these guys. I mean, it's, honestly, because it's like sometimes you do. There is I'm on stage like 99% of the time. There's only a few bits of the show where I'm off stage, and sometimes you can go like, oh, what's this bit, or like maybe something different happens, or you throw yourself. But what is really good is that these guys, all the teams, they are really supportive of me and vice versa. So it is a real team effort, and yeah, it is like I rely on them just as much as I'm sure they rely on me to come in with the right stuff as well, because it is a complete team effort. There's so much. It is a bit. It's a very formulaic show. There are bits on top of bits and bits that cue this and that, and you know, we are on stage all the time together. We are. It's important that we sort of trust each other, and so building up that trust and doing the show is a massive part of it.
Did you play any musical instruments before the show?
Yeah, so I grew up playing the drums and percussion instruments, so like things like xylophones and glockenspiels, things like that. And then I sort of graduated to the bass guitar because I wanted to join a band when I was 13, 14. So yeah, I've been playing bass guitar and percussion since I was 10 years old.
Stick it to the man. Hate the way they jerk ya.
We are the School of Rock. Come see us at the New London Theatre. Stick it to the man!